The very first thing you did when you woke up in senior year was to drop your status as the billionaire family's legitimate heir. You turned your back on them and went straight back to your dirt-poor adoptive family. But your 4 older sisters, who once swore they'd only ever accept the fake heir, are totally losing it now, because the fake brother, Boda, the one your bio mom treated like a literal prince right after you left, was exposed as the illegitimate son of your bio dad and his first love. And get this, he hid it from the entire family for nearly 20 years. In your past life, after being dragged back to this toxic family, you were set up by that bastard Boda and your deadbeat dad in a staged kidnapping. Yet, the whole family only cared about comforting the traumatized fake son, leaving you, the real son, completely abandoned at the scene. You literally bled out and died. Now that you've reincarnated, you're done being delulu about this blind, heartless family. Zero expectations. Right in front of your bio dad, you beat the absolute brakes off the bastard Boda. Then you flexed and walked right back to your real ride-or-die adoptive family. Right now, you just got back to their villa. Before you can even step inside, you get instantly verbally abused by your oldest sister, Ji Qinjian, Ji Ping'an, so you finally decided to show up. Do you have any idea what time it is? Then the third sister, Ji Jidi, chimes in with her usual toxic energy. Exactly, Boda has been home for ages. You couldn't even bother to text or call, making the whole family wait for you to eat. The absolute audacity. Hearing this, you look up. You see oldest sister Ji Qinjian, second sister Ji Jinglai, and third sister Ji Jidi, standing at the door like a row of angry gargoyles, glaring at you. And standing behind them, half a head taller, is Boda, looking at you with that fake cold calmness. You stand your ground, staring right back at them with zero emotion. You say, "I didn't ask you to wait. My phone died hours ago. I literally couldn't text." Do you have to be so toxic? The second I walk through the door, the moment the words leave your mouth, a look of pure shock hits all 4 of their faces simultaneously. Then, Ji Jidi screeches in her annoying tone, "How dare you talk to us like that?" You step closer, your vibe completely hostile. "We're all children of the same parents. Why shouldn't I talk to you like this? Are you some kind of royalty? Or do you just think I'm beneath you?" You finish speaking and lock eyes with Boda. For a split second his mask slips and he looks surprised. But he quickly covers it up, back to his fake calm, acting like none of this has anything to do with him. But you know the truth. This guy is a two-faced, absolute snake. In your past life, you died directly because of his plotting. During that kidnapping, when you were literally bleeding out, he faked passing out, and this family of clowns rushed over to coddle him, while you were left to bleed dry. The more you think about your past life, the more you want to just deck him right now. You used to be introverted and passive, but this time, you're not bottling up your rage anymore. You storm up the steps, get right in Boda's face, and snap. "Weren't we supposed to eat? If you're not hungry, shut up about dinner. If you all hate me, just say it to my face." Stop with the passive-aggressive gaslight. Maybe you don't find it sickening, but I'm ready to vomit. Before you even finish, Ji Qinjian glares daggers at you. You are absolutely out of line. We're your older sisters giving you some criticism, and you talk back to us like this? Ji Jidia literally rages and takes a step forward. Pointing right at your nose, she screams, "Fine. I hate your guts. So what? Even if we came from the same mom, I don't like you, period. What are you gonna do about it?" Hearing this, you let the strap of your heavy backpack slide down your right shoulder into your hand. You chuckle coldly. "You're all my biological sisters, right? What could I possibly do to you? But there's one thing I can do." For example, before you even finish the sentence, you suddenly lift your foot and deliver a brutal full-force kick right to Boda's family jewels. No scream, no cry. Boda only manages to let out a suffocated, meaningless croak from his throat before collapsing straight to the ground. Both hands clutching his crotch, he rolls around in pure agony. The 3 Ji sisters witness this and completely lose their minds, screaming, "Ji Ping'an, are you psychotic? Why would you hit him? Boda, are you okay? Mom, Dad?" Boda is getting assaulted. Get out here. Hurry. But even GGD, who blazes Boda the hardest, can't exactly check on his injuries. Because of where he just got kicked, it's awkward. And you, after landing that kick, suddenly feel an immense sense of inner peace. Next, you swing your backpack and smash it right into Boda's head. Besides the usual test papers and study materials you brought home, the heaviest thing inside is a massive bilingual Webster's dictionary. It's at least 3 inches thick. Even if it doesn't quite weigh as much as a brick, it's pretty damn close. As the backpack slams into the side of his face 2 or 3 times, Boda finally lets out a blood-curdling scream. Snapping out of it, Chinjan rushes forward to push you away. But you, not holding back at all, send a backhand kick straight into her face. Shut your mouth. You love trash-talking me at home. You literally got me killed. The impact is so hard, even your own foot hurts too much to stand on. Immediately after, Ji Jinglai and Ji Chinjan shove you to the ground. Boda, meanwhile, has completely passed out cold. Suddenly, the front door flies open. Ji Yunhong and Zhao Wei, along with a few maids, sprint out in a total panic. Zhao Wei lets out a horrified gasp. Then, immediately, throws herself onto Boda's unconscious body, wailing. Ji Yunhong stares in absolute shock at his beaten unconscious precious son. His eyes immediately bloodshot. He looks like he's literally about to explode. You bastard, how dare you! Roaring, he raises his hand to slap you across the face. But you stagger back a step and dodge it. You point at Boda on the ground and say, Dad, aren't you going to check on him? Zhao Wei abandons all elegance, lying next to Boda, screaming, Boda, what's wrong? Don't scare mommy like this. Ji Yunhong's chest is heaving with fury. He glances at Zhao Wei and Boda, then turns his rage toward his 3 clueless, panicking daughters and roars. Are you blind? Call 911. Ji Qinyan and Ji Jinglai, almost simultaneously, sprint toward the villa door. Then Ji Yunhong whips his head around, glaring at you. Are you trying to murder your own brother? Speak. Why did you assault him? Zhao Wei stops her sobbing for a second, sniffing as she looks up at you. You look down at your biological mother, Zhao Wei. The look in her eyes sends a chill straight through your soul. She isn't looking at her long-lost flesh and blood. She's looking at a total stranger. Even worse, there's disgust and fear in her eyes, as if she never knew you to begin with. Seeing that look, you instantly lose any shred of regret for beating Boda. Why did I hit him? Because he's begging to be humble. You step back twice and continue, he's just a stray mutt. Yet he has the nerve to give me the true son attitude. Who the hell does he think he is? I am the real G family heir. Whether it's bloodline or academic grades, he's a downgrade in every way. Why should I have to walk on eggshells around him? Your gaslighting reversal skills are entirely self-taught. Your tone is sharp, giving exactly 0 ground. Saying in front of everyone at school that he's the true heir to the G family. Isn't that just slapping the G family in the face? I've never exposed our family drama at school. Never leaked that I'm the real biological son. If I wasn't delayed by stuff in class and wasn't worried that beating his ass would blow my cover, I would have wrecked him right there on campus. Why wait until now? If you let the whole school believe he's the real G heir, where does that leave me? You all always told me to be the bigger person. I played nice and catered to his fragile ego for 4 years. I took a fall. My leg hurt so bad I couldn't walk. And he has the audacity to throw shade at me. I simply decided I'm done putting up with his BS. Right then, Ji Yunhong rages. Shut your mouth. I said, shut up. His voice is so loud. It makes Ji Jinglai standing nearby flinch in terror. Everyone get back inside. Ji Yunhong barks at the maids, standing in the doorway, then viciously turns back to you. You better pray to God your brother is okay. Otherwise, you can pack your bags and get the hell out of this family. Crawl back to your adoptive parents' house, and go back to living like a peasant. Dad, I am the real G. He's literally a stray mutt. Is he seriously more important than me? You purposely poke at his sore spot, your tone pure provocation. Hearing this, Ji Yunhong hisses venomously. Since I brought him home and raised him, and he's kept your mother company for 18 years. In my eyes, there is zero difference between a stray and a biological son. Tell me yourself, since you arrived at the G house, when it comes to material things, have I not treated the two of you equally? Hearing this, you let out a cynical laugh. Oh yeah, totally identical. We go to the same school. Neither of us gets a private driver. But I know for a fact that before I showed up, he had his own chauffeur. His weekly allowance was at least 30 kika, and he was swiping mom's credit card like it was unlimited. He literally bragged to me about all of this. I bet you had no idea, did you? Ji Yun-hong growls. That doesn't mean I've been unfair to you. You put a hand up, cutting him off completely. Your voice goes ice cold. I am the only one with G family blood. So treating me and him equally is the biggest insult of all. Coming back to the G family, I'm not just dealing with you. I'm dealing with the whole family, including mom and my older sisters. What good is your fairness when it's just you? Even if I understand that over the years, he's been a convenient substitute, filling the emotional void when I was gone. But that does not mean I'm willing to accept him staying in this house. Today, I'm making sure he knows that when it comes to status, we are absolutely not on the same level. I am the true heir of the G family. He's just a stray mutt, not even worthy of being called an illegitimate son. Your provocative words continuously hit Ji Junhong right where it hurt. Ji Boda, this teenager who knows damn well he's an illegitimate son, is also just in his teens. But he's been groomed by Ji Yunhong and Zhao Wei to be deeply manipulative. Around Zhao Wei, he plays the sweet, obedient, perfect son. Around Ji Yunhong, he shows discipline and the potential of a true successor. Around the sisters, he's the energetic little brother who knows exactly how to act cute. You still remember back then, the kidnappers sent a video of your right thumb being sliced off to extort the Ji family and Zhao Wei to save face. The Ji family sent a 2 million ransom, but the kidnappers instantly demanded more. Because of that, you took another knife to the leg, which severed your main artery, causing you to bleed out uncontrollably. Yet the Ji family only begged the kidnappers not to hurt Ji Boda, completely ignoring you. After that, you floated in mid-air as a ghost. You watched as Ji Boda, who had conveniently passed out from shock, was rushed to a VIP hospital suite, while your dead body was shoved into the morgue. It wasn't until the hospital urged them that cremation was mandatory that the Ji family finally remembered you existed. Your soul wandered around the Ji family in Yuncheng for over a year. You slowly realized everything was orchestrated by Ji Boda. You saw it with your own eyes. He called the kidnappers who had been on the run for a year and paid them the rest of the money, all just to secure his spot as the sole heir to the Ji family. So he plotted to get rid of you, his only competition. You haunted Ji Boda for over a decade, until you took that fall at school this afternoon, and got all your memories from your past life back. Or you could call it a rebirth. You remember clearly, after Ji Boda took over the Ji family, his biomom, Qin Balian, was moved into the Ji estate, and Zhao Wei and the 4 sisters all met miserable ends. That deadbeat dad, Ji Yunhong, used a business deal to buy forgiveness from Zhao Wei's family. Right after Zhao Wei died, he immediately threw a wedding for Qin Balian, and just like that, Ji Boda legitimately became the heir of the Yongsheng Ji family, living 2 lives. You are completely numb to the stupidity of the women in this house. Just then, Ji Qingyan and Ji Jinglai walk out the door, trying to help the unconscious Ji Boda up. Seeing this, Ji quickly rushes over to help. Ji Qingyan glares at you coldly and says, Ji Ping'an, you are such a disappointment. Ji adds her toxic 2 cents. You are nothing but a selfish, ungrateful snake. Thank God I never actually treated you like family. Otherwise, I'd be absolutely sick right now. Zhao Wei, sobbing uncontrollably, watches as her 3 daughters fail to lift Ji Boda. She turns to you and says, Ping'an, you are so cruel. Hearing this, you find it both hilarious and infuriating. If you hadn't been reborn or awakened your memories, you probably would have kept taking their abuse until Ji Boda successfully plotted your murder again, sweeping your gaze over them. You look at Ji Yunhong and the rest of this family, seeing only their coldness, disdain, and disgust. You ask coldly. You all think Ji Boda is my brother. Do you seriously think he's part of the Ji family? I'm your biological son, right? We did a DNA test 4 years ago. But him, he was adopted, wasn't he? You open your mouths and it's always son this and brother that. What about me? In 4 years, I haven't heard a single person call me brother. And I haven't heard anyone call me son, either. This barrage of questions catches everyone off guard. They've never heard you speak up like this before. They've certainly never seen you point a finger at Ji Boda and interrogate them. And they definitely haven't seen you violently beat down Ji Boda. It isn't until the sirens of an ambulance wail outside that Zhao Wei frantically orders a maid to open the gate. Red and blue lights flash. 2 paramedics run in carrying a stretcher, load Ji Boda onto it, and rush back to the ambulance. Zhao Wei immediately runs after them, not even sparing you a glance. Ji Jidi follows closely behind. Mom, I'm coming too. Ji Qinjian quickly grabs Zhao Wei. Mom, you stay here. The third sister and I will go. Jinglai, take mom inside to rest. Zhao Wei covers her mouth, sobbing silently. As she steps up the stairs, she shoots you a venomous glare. After the ambulance speeds off, sirens blaring, only the 4 of you are left at the door. You look at Ji Yunhong's vicious gaze and slightly twisted expression, and suddenly smirk. I am your real son, right? Hearing this, Ji Yunhong, Zhao Wei and Ji Jinglai all remain dead silent. They just keep glaring daggers at you. You point toward the main gate and keep pressing. Tell me yourself, is he your biological son? Ji Yunhong's face is bruised with rage, the corner of his eye twitching involuntarily. Hearing this, Zhao Wei finally speaks up, asking, does it really matter if he's biological or not? Boda has been with us for 18 years. You clearly don't value that bond, but we treasure it. You see a flash of panic in Ji Yunhong's eyes. You keep staring him down and ask, Dad, what do you think? Does it matter if he's not biological? Ji Yunhong keeps a dark expression, staring at you viciously. The way you're acting today shows absolutely none of your usual respect and fear towards him. It makes him incredibly uncomfortable. You repeatedly bringing up biological makes him even more agitated. Right now, no matter what, he has to shut down this son, who seems to have figured something out. Ji Yunhong says in a deep voice, bringing you back was a huge mistake. Ever since you got here, you've been constantly causing drama in this house. If you can be this brutal to your own brother, then the Ji family has no place for you anymore. Leave. Go back to your adoptive parents. When we brought you back, your household registration wasn't transferred. You just share the surname Ji. You may have Ji family blood running through your veins, but you are no Ji. You don't deserve to be. Zhao Wei hesitates, wanting to say something, but Ji Jinglai gently tugs her arm, and she stays quiet. Your eyes remain locked onto Ji Yunhong's face, observing his expression carefully. From all the vibes you're picking up, you know Ji Yunhong is not joking around. He genuinely wants you out of the Ji family. As for why, it's obviously to let Ji Boda become the undisputed heir to the Ji family. Haha, this definitely saves a lot of trouble. So you decisively say, Mr. Ji, are you certain you want to sever all ties with me? And from this moment on, I am no longer part of the Ji family. Ji Yunhong's face is bruised with rage, saying nothing. Seeing this, you smirk. Well, at least I got to beat the brakes off that mutt Ji Boda. After swallowing your BS for 4 years, I finally get some closure. With that, you bend down, pick up your backpack and walk out of the yard. Then I no longer part of the Ji family. Remember this, Mr. Ji, Ms. Zhao, and second Miss Ji. From this second on, I am not a part of your family. The 3 people on the porch watch as you walk down the steps, cross the courtyard, and pull open the main gate. Zhao Wei finally snaps. She cries out loudly, Ping An, please don't go. Okay, Mom is begging you. You turn around and look at Zhao Wei. Snot and tears ruin her makeup, giving you a sharp pang of pain in your heart. However, you still look at Ji Yunhong and coldly state, once I step out this door, I hope we act like the other doesn't exist until the day we die. I will never come looking for you. If I do, may I drop dead. Please. never come looking for me, either, since you shouldn't have come looking for me in the first place. Just pretend you never found me. Or that I died 18 years ago. Mr. G, just pretend I was never born. After saying that, you turned to Zhao Wei. Oh, and Ms. Zhao, let me give you a piece of advice. The guy I just beat up is your adopted son, but he is only your adopted son. You emphasize those words, let go of the door, and walk away. Tossing your keys onto the side of the road, leaving your bio parents isn't a good thing. But it's definitely not a bad thing either. What kind of biological mother treats an adopted son as more important than her own flesh and blood? Since Zhao Wei is your birth mom, you've already dropped a massive hint. Whether she gets it or not is none of your business. From now on, the sea is vast for fish to leap, and the sky is boundless for birds to fly. The summer night carries a humid, heavy scent in the air, diluting the salty smell of the sea breeze. You walk alone down the street, your backpack slung over your shoulder. An inexplicable thrill makes your heart race. All of your wealth, including years of red envelopes and birthday money, is sitting in your bank account, plus the 10 or so in your WeChat wallet, adds up to almost 200. To you, this is already a massive fortune, and you'd never be dumb enough to give it back. But, compared to Jibota, you're obviously broke. His monthly allowance from your oldest sister alone is tens of thousands. And knowing that bastard, he probably has a supplementary credit card too. But you're not exactly hurting for cash either. During the decade you spent as a ghost, following Jibota around, you learned a ton of insider financial secrets and dirt on the MCU. Wealthy heirs down south. That intel is incredibly valuable and won't go to waste. Hopping into a cab, you head straight to the home where you spent 14 years with your adoptive parents. Xingyi District is a small, run-down old neighborhood. Most of the people here have lived here for over a decade or two, just old neighbors. The community vibe is strong. But the downside is, most of the buildings don't have elevators. Your adoptive dad Chen Xiaohua and adoptive mom, Liu Qing, run a small, Jiangyan snack shop at the entrance of the neighborhood. By this time the shop is long closed, but they probably aren't asleep yet. You take a few turns and arrive at the entrance to Unit 3 of one of the buildings. You walk up to the second floor. Standing in front of apartment 201, you raise your hand and knock. The door opens quickly. A surprised, happy voice rings out. Bro, what are you doing here? Mom, Dad, my brother's back. You catch the girl throwing herself at you. Hui, it's only been a few months. Look how much you've grown. Mom, Dad, it's me. I'm home. This girl, Chen Shui, is the biological daughter of your adoptive parents. 3 years after they adopted you from the orphanage, they had her. She's already around 5'5" now, taller than the last time you saw her. She's grown into a beautiful young woman. Bro, I'm 16 now. I'm 166 meters tall, and I'm still growing. Chen Shui grabs your hand and pulls you inside. A middle-aged couple rushes out from inside the room. Chen Xiaohua and Liu Qing's faces light up with pure joy. Pingyan, you're back. Quick, come in and sit down. You smile and nod. Mom, Dad. Liu Qing rubs her hands together, greeting you warmly. Come in, come in. Have you eaten yet? If not, Mom will make you some noodles. After saying that, she gives you an awkward look. I can make you some noodles. Hearing this, you immediately say, Mom, you are my mom, and I haven't had dinner yet. With that, Liu Qing turns around and heads to the kitchen. In a spot where no one can see, she raises her hand and wipes her tears. Soon after, Chen Xiaohua walks over, takes a good look at you, and then nods. He breaks into a satisfied smile, looking at the man in front of you and girl beside you. Your heart inexplicably feels at peace. This is where you grew up, the home you lived in for over a decade. You used to be named Chen Ping'an, but 4 years ago, you changed it to Ji Ping'an and moved into the Ji family's mansion. But that place only gave you a life and a surname, while here is the only place that ever felt like a real, complete family. You push down your thoughts, put down your backpack, and look around the room. The layout is exactly the same as 4 years ago, exactly how it was the year you left. What brings you by so suddenly? Did the Ji family treat you wrong? Chen Xiaohua hands you a cup of tea. You stay silent for a moment, unsure of how to explain the drama. Seeing this, Chen Xiaohua pats your shoulder. He looks you right in the eye and says, It's fine. Back when they took you back, I told you, we might not be as rich as the G family, but the door to this house is always open to you, no matter when you come back. This is always your home. Hearing this, a rush of warmth floods your heart. You smile and say, Dad, I'm fine. I'm in my senior year now. The college entrance exams are coming up soon. I heard my household registration is still here. Chen Xiaohua nods. Yeah, it is. Still registered right here at home. Back then I suggested transferring your registration over to them, but your father refused. He said to wait a few years and see. Saying that, he looks at you in confusion. Are they giving you the cold shoulder? You shake your head calmly. It's nothing. It's all in the past. I won't have anything to do with them ever again. Chen Xiaohua's expression immediately drops. What exactly happened? Did that adopted kid of theirs try to bully you? Back when the G family took you in, Chen Xiaohua specifically asked around. He knew the G family had an adopted son, your exact age, plus 4 older sisters in the house. The way that family acted all high and mighty back then, and the look of utter disdain on their faces when they saw the state of this house, was seriously infuriating. You shake your head. Let's not talk about the past. I'm back, and I'm still yours and Mom's son. I'm still Hui's big brother. That's one thing that will never, ever change. After you say that, Chen Xiaohua's expression softens a bit. Since you don't want to make a big deal out of it, he lets it slide. But if you ever wanted to get back at them, he wouldn't play nice with the G family either. Do they really think Chen Xiaohua is just some small-time restaurant owner? He raised you like his own treasure for 14 years. They took you away and then treated you like garbage. Who gave them the right, if it wasn't for that grudge back then? This little Yongsheng branch of the G family wouldn't even be a blip on his radar. After he calms down, the smile returns to his face. Meanwhile, you're actually feeling a little tense. Over the last 4 years, you barely visited. If it wasn't for Ji Yunhong specifically forbidding you from having any contact with the Chen family, you definitely would have kept in touch. For the past 4 years, you cared way too much about your bio parents and sisters' feeling. Looking back now, you were such a massive simp for them. Seeing you space out, Chen Xiaohua gives your shoulder a solid pat. He laughs. You punk. Why are you acting so awkward around me? I told you this is your home forever. As long as there are people in this house, you can come back whenever you want. We kept your room exactly how it was. Your mom cried for ages after you left. We never touched that room. I don't care how things went down at the G house. If you don't want to go back, you can stay here permanently. Just then, Liu Qing walks out of the kitchen with a bowl of hot noodles. She places it on the coffee table. Pingyan, hurry up and eat. Look how late it is, and you haven't even eaten. I don't even know what you've been through. You take the chopsticks. Thanks, Mom. For the last few years, the only thing I've been craving is your cooking. Seeing this, Liu Qing smiles warmly and goes to tidy up your bedroom. The next morning, you don't wake up until almost 7 a.m. You get ready, grab your backpack, and walk into the living room. You grab a cup of soy milk and down it in a few gulps. You grab a plastic bag, toss 2 dough sticks in it, and say, I'm running late. I'll eat these at school. Then, the two of you head out the door, together Zai. But, unexpectedly, right as you walk out of the building, you hear a voice calling out from nearby. I knew he'd definitely run off to this place. You turn your head to look. You see your third sister's Porsche parked right there. Both the front and back windows are rolled down. Sitting in the driver's seat is Ji Zhidi, wearing an I told you so expression. Sitting in the back is Zhao Wei, and shockingly, she still has tears in her eyes. Seeing this, you whisper to Chen Shui, Hui, you go on ahead. I'll head to school by myself, in a bit. Chen Shui doesn't say a word. She just lowers her head and quickly walks away. You step forward, stopping about 2 meters away from the car. You ask, didn't we agree to stay out of each other's lives? Hearing this, Ji Zhidi instantly snaps. I'm giving you face right now. Don't act delulu. Before Ji Ping'an can even finish speaking, Zhao Wei has already pushed the car door open and stepped out. She steps forward, trying to grab your hand. But you take a few steps back. You say coldly, spit it out. If you have nothing to say, I'm going to school. It's Mom's fault. I'm so sorry. Please, just come home with Mom, okay? Zhao Wei comes from a prominent family, and is highly educated. She obviously knows she failed her child. Losing a child when they were little is 100% the adult's fault. How could a baby possibly be at fault? Mom knows we neglected your feelings. Mom promises to treat you well from now on, okay? Hearing this, you ask with a mocking half-smile, is Boda doing okay? Zhao Wei continues with a crying tone. Boda is fine now. Ping-an, come back with Mom. Your dad was just blinded by anger yesterday. Mom promises to be good to you. You shake your head and ask, are you done? If you're done, I'm going to class. With that, you turn on your heel to leave. Seeing this, Gigi violently shoves her door open and storms out. Pointing straight at your nose, she yells, Ji Ping-an, don't push your luck. You beat Boda half to death, and he's still forgiving enough to not even demand an apology from you. Just come back with us quietly. And you're still the young master of the Ji family. You stop, turn around and laugh. No apology needed. Is that your condition? Hearing this, Zhao Wei nods frantically. No apology needed. It's Mom who failed you. It wasn't your fault. Gigi just scoffs. You shake your head and ask, and what about my condition? Are you willing to kick Boda out of the house? Zhao Wei instantly freezes. Absolutely stunned. She opens her mouth but not a single word comes out. Gigi's expression instantly sours. You are crossing a massive line right now. I suggest you quit while you're ahead. We all came here to pick you up. What more do you want? You beat Boda to a bloody pulp. Don't you think you owe him an apology? Zhao Wei, looking utterly bitter, takes 2 steps forward. Ping-an, are you not coming home with Mom? You let out a heavy sigh and state, I am not going back. I made it extremely clear yesterday. If I go back there, I swear I'll drop dead. And even if I wasn't afraid to die, the bare minimum you'd have to do is kick him out of the Ji family. But looking at you now, it's obvious you'd never let him go. You want to choose Ji Boda. That's your choice. Just like I made my choice last night. Since I refused to submit and agreed to leave the Ji family. From now on, stop interfering in my life. Got it? Gigi furiously screams at you. Who do you think you are? Who are you acting so tough for? Ji Boda is my brother, and I will never let him leave. As for you, we were just giving you one last chance. This trashy slum for low-class peasants. I wouldn't step foot in here if you paid me. You really think you're the main character? Zhao Wei, trembling with emotion, cries out, Ping-an, if you force us to kick Boda out, you're literally tearing Mom's heart out. You glance down at your watch. Then you force a tight smile. Mrs. Ji, I understand how you feel. Ji Boda was the replacement for the 14 years I was gone, plus the 4 years since I've been back. That's 18 years in total. 18 years of living together. Watching him grow up from a baby. Of course, you have a deep emotional bond. But you shouldn't have forced me and him to live under the same roof. Especially when you couldn't even pretend to treat us equally. All of you were so paranoid about his fragile feelings. But, out of all of you, did anyone ever stop to care if I could handle it? Did anyone ever care? Watching my own parents, my own family being stolen from me. You guys show favoritism to an outsider. You should know exactly how you've treated your own biological son and brother. You know exactly what you did. Why should I stay in the Ji family and take this kind of humiliation? Was I not living perfectly fine with my adoptive parents? Saying that, you turn on your heel to leave. I have to go to school. I'm done wasting time with you guys. Like I said last night, I am no longer a part of the Ji family. I won't come looking for you. And please, do not ever bother me again. We have absolutely zero connection anymore. This time, Zhao Wei really couldn't hold back her tears. Usually, when she saw you at the Ji house, she just thought you were vulgar and uneducated. But she never considered that raising you was supposed to be her responsibility. She had also believed that you agreeing to cut ties was just you putting on a show. After all, the Ji family's financial power is pretty significant. She assumed you'd be extremely obedient, just like before. That, no matter what demands were made, you would do everything in your power to fulfill them, just to earn her approval. But now, something's off. You're walking so fast, in just a few minutes, you've completely disappeared from their sight. Watching you walk away, Zhao Wei genuinely doesn't get it. She just couldn't bear to let Ji Boda leave her side. Could you really not understand that kind of emotional attachment? Her husband, Ji Yulong, had told her that they needed to be strict with you, all for the sake of grooming you properly. so that one day you could inherit the G family business. That's why, over these past few years, their expectations for you were incredibly harsh. They rarely even gave you a smile. But she forgot the way everyone treated G Boda and the expectations they had for him. Compared to you, it was a total double standard. Even if she's heartbroken right now, she still isn't willing to let G Boda leave. That's the son she raised from a tiny baby, all the way up until now, even if he's a little clingy. Isn't that just a sign of a deep mother-son bond? What's wrong with that? Why couldn't Ji Ping'an, her own biological son, just accept it? Ji Jidi steps up to support Zhao Wei, frowning as she advises, "Mom, stop crying. Let's go back. Next month is Boda's 18th birthday. We haven't even started prepping for his birthday party and coming-of-age ceremony yet." Hearing this, Zhao Wei silently gets into the car. The two of them then drive off. After lunch, you head back to the classroom and lean on your desk reading, right around 1 p.m. Along with the sound of high heels clicking, a figure appears in front of you. You look up from behind the tall stack of books. You see Ji Jinglai standing there, her expression totally neutral. "Come out. I need to talk to you." You can't read her face, but you instantly feel annoyed. "Didn't I say I'm no longer part of the G family? Didn't I say to stop bothering me?" But looking around the classroom at your classmates, either reading or sleeping, you know it's a bad time to blow up. So you just nod and follow Ji Jinglai downstairs, out of the academic building. "The stuff you left at the house. I kept it in my car. Do you want it or not?" As you reach the big tree off to the side, Ji Jinglai stops walking and turns to face you. You stop, too. You ask, puzzled, "You came all the way here just for that?" Out of the 4 sisters in the Ji family, Ji Miaoxuan rarely ever spoke to you, but she also never verbally abused you. The others, generally, never gave you the time of day. Ji Jinglai doesn't say anything, just stares at you. You shake your head and say, "I'm not part of the Ji family anymore. I don't need anything from that house. Just throw it out. Your stuff is in the car. If you want it, come with me to grab it later. I actually came to find you about something else." "What did you mean by those last words you said when you left yesterday?" "You said Boda is Mom's adopted son. What exactly were you trying to say?" Hearing this, you shake your head again. "It didn't mean anything special. Just reminding you guys that he's adopted. If there's nothing else, I'm heading back. Don't come looking for me again." With that, you turn and walk away. Ji Jinglai stands right where she is, watching you slowly disappear from view. A doubt starts to creep into her mind. Did he really not mean anything else by it? But why was there a hint of mockery in his eyes? Thinking about this, Ji Jinglai walks towards the school gate. She pulls a suitcase out and leaves it at the guardhouse. She tells the security guard to give it to Chen Ping'an from the senior class. Then she leaves, still full of questions. When you get out of school, to head home, you are indeed stopped by a guard at the gate. Looking at the 2 suitcases inside the guardhouse, you get a headache. After thinking about it, you decide to just dump them at the Ji family's doorstep. That'll make your stance and determination crystal clear. So, you pull out your phone, give Chen Xiaohua a quick call, then grab the suitcases and catch a cab to the Ji villa. You literally just dump the bags at their gate and leave. When you finally get home, you find your adoptive parents are actually both there, and the dining table is loaded with a massive feast. It's obvious that nobody has even touched the food yet. They're still waiting for you. Seeing you push the door open and walk in, Chen Xiaohua greets you with a huge beaming smile. "You got back so late yesterday. So today, we're throwing you a welcome home dinner. Business was slow at 2 p.m., so we just closed up early while. Come taste everything. Your mom made it all especially for you." You wash your hands and take a seat at the table. Chen Xiaohua pulls a bottle of beer from by his feet and puts it on the table. "Welcome home, Ping'an. Let's have a quick drink to celebrate." Liu Qing shoots him a playful glare, but keeps piling food into your bowl. Chen Xiaohua raises his glass. He speaks with deep sincerity. "Let's not dwell on anything else. Ping'an, no matter what happened in the past, you have always been our child. Welcome home. We just hope you can forget the past and start fresh." Liu Qing also raises her glass. With red eyes she says, "Ping'an, this is your home. It always will be." Hearing this, you feel a lump in your throat. You nod heavily, tilt your head back, and down the entire glass of beer in one go. On Sunday, wearing your new clothes, you run out to the lottery shop outside the neighborhood. You look clean and sharp. Standing at the door, you stare at the dense lines drawn by the lottery addicts on the wall. If you remember correctly, the late May draw for the two-color ball is going to feature a consecutive sequence of numbers. That has literally never happened in history. That sequence is absolutely impossible to hit with a quick pick, and no one could possibly guess it either, but someone did hit the jackpot in that draw. To avoid suspicion, you pull out $10 and buy 5 lines. You tell the owner to select the numbers in sequence from 8 to 14. Even though the owner gives you a really weird look, he doesn't say anything. He prints the ticket, hands it to you, and goes right back to his intense number-crunching mission. You pocket the ticket, turn around, and head home. The draw is tomorrow, Monday. But you know you definitely won't win, because the ticket you need to buy is actually for the draw happening next Saturday night. You know perfectly well that you can't tell anyone about this kind of thing. So you didn't tell a single soul, not even your parents. So consider it a little test to prove your rebirth is real. If you actually hit the jackpot, you'll tell them then. Sunday night, Ji Chinyan gets home, ready to shower and sleep. But right after she changes into her nightgown, she hears a knock. She throws on a jacket and walks over to check. She sees Ji Jinglai standing at the door in her pajamas. She speaks softly, "Big sis, I need to talk to you about something." Ji Chinyan is slightly taken aback, but steps aside to let her in. Then she follows Ji Jinglai to the sofa and sits down. She asks, "It's so late. Why aren't you asleep? What's up?" Ji Jinglai hesitates for a good while before starting. "Sis, I went to see Ping'an yesterday at noon. I was originally just bringing him the stuff from his room, but I also asked him a question. That night Ping'an left. He said something that's been making me really uneasy these past few days." Ji Chinyan frowns slightly, even though her second sister hasn't even said anything concrete yet. She senses right away that whatever she's about to say is a big deal. So Ji Chinyan encourages her. "What did he say that night? I guess I wasn't paying attention." Ji Jinglai replies, "It was that thing he said to Mom right before he left. I suspect he meant something deeper by it. He said he was giving Mom a kind piece of advice. He said Boda is Mom's adopted son, but he is only Mom's adopted son." Ji Chinyan frowns and thinks for a moment, her expression shifting. "Sis, do you think that, over the past few years, we've treated Ping'an terribly? No matter what he did, it was never enough for us. He even rejected his status as the heir to the Ji family. Now, all she can think about is how brutally she used to scold you. Even though she wasn't as extreme and toxic as third sister Ji Jitty, she never really had anything nice to say either. Just thinking about the sight of you walking away that night with your backpack, turning your back on them, makes her heart ache." Ji Jinglai hasn't even been able to focus on work for the last 2 days. She spends all day obsessing over this. What was the real intent behind what you said when you left? She knows that everyone in the family, except the fourth sister, who isn't home, has this completely irrational, blindly devoted attitude toward Ji Boda. Thinking of this, she mutters to herself, "Is the emotional bond from 18 years of living together really that much stronger than logic?" Ji Chinyan hears this clearly. Curious, she asks, "Jinglai, tell me, what do you think Ping'an meant by what he said that night?" Ji Jinglai shakes her head slightly. "I went to ask him at noon the next day. He absolutely refused to tell me anything. He just said it didn't mean anything else. That he was just reminding Mom that Boda is an adopted son. But I still feel like something's wrong. Everyone already knows Boda is adopted. There was zero reason to go out of his way to state the obvious. But why did he say that specifically to Mom? And why did he emphasize those specific words? Only your fide? I definitely think there was a hidden meaning. I just can't guess what it is." Ji Jinglai stopped there. She was too afraid to keep guessing. According to her own interpretation, there were 2 possible meanings. The first was that Boda is an adopted son, and not a Ji family member at all. The second meaning was, Ji Boda is only their mother's adopted son, but not necessarily their father's adopted son. A third possibility was, Ji Boda isn't their parents' child, but a child from the main Ji family in the capital. That would technically make him family. The first option is something everyone already knows. Ji Boda is not blood-related. The second option is terrifying to think about. If Ji Boda isn't their father's adopted son, there's only one other possibility. Boda is their father's biological child. Their father had an affair and has been hiding it for almost 20 years. She has absolutely no way to investigate the third option. Their father moved to Yuncheng to start his own company, which was actually to help the main Ji family get a foothold in Yun province. To have made it this far, their father's capability is undeniable, but these are all just her own theories, with no way to prove any of them. She didn't dare say them out loud. She needed someone to help confirm her suspicions, to validate her theory. Sitting next to her, Ji Qinjian, after hearing all this, also fell into deep thought. "So you came to me just to tell me this," she said while processing the info. Those words could mean two things. One is that Boda is not part of the Ji family, that he was adopted. I remember Dad bringing Boda home. Mom was so devastated after losing Ping'an. She was basically out of her mind all day, every day. The other meaning is, Boda is only Mom's adopted son, but not necessarily Dad's adopted son. Do you think my analysis is right? Ji Qinjian stared right into Ji Jinglai's eyes. Ji Jinglai lowered her head. I don't know. Ping'an being able to leave so decisively shows that he's completely given up on our Ji family. He won't even let me call myself his sister. Her eyes welled up. She sniffled softly, trying to push down the wave of sadness. Ji Qinjian suddenly remembered what Gu Baibai had said when she was emotional. Have you ever thought about your real brother's feeling? How about we go ask him tomorrow? Ask Ping, and exactly what he meant, she hesitantly suggested. Ji Jinglai nodded. He probably doesn't want to see us right now, sis. Why don't you try calling him tomorrow at noon? Wait until after his classes end at 12. No, wait until after he finishes lunch to call him. I don't have any meetings tomorrow afternoon. I'll clear my schedule in the morning. And then, I'll call you. We'll go see him, together. Or I can just go alone. Ji Qinjian didn't originally plan on Ji Jinglai coming with her. Unexpectedly, her second sister nodded without hesitation. I'm going. I really need to know if he actually knows something, and how he found out. Also, I want to apologize to him. I was so toxic to him in the past. Whether he forgives me or not, I owe him an apology. Ji Jinglai's expression was grim. It was hard to tell if she genuinely wanted to apologize to you or not. But since she wanted to go, they'd go together. Monday noon. You receive another call from Ji Qinjian. Ping An. Are you at school? Ji Qinjian's tone is extremely flat, giving away absolutely zero emotion. You hesitate for a second and decide to say nothing. But you don't hang up either. You hear Ji Qinjian let out a sigh on the other end, and then she says, "Can you take the afternoon off? I want to see you." You frown. Didn't we agree to stay out of each other's lives? Ji Qinjian says, "It's not just me. Your second sister and I are coming to see you together." You mockingly reply, "Don't use the word sister. You don't deserve it. And I don't have sisters like you." Ji Qinjian doesn't want to get dragged into a petty argument and cuts straight to the chase. Just take the afternoon off. Your second sister and I will wait at your school gate at 1:45. You glance at your watch. It's almost 1 p.m. You say, clearly annoyed, "What is so urgent that we have to meet in person? Can't you just say it over the phone?" Ji Qinjian goes silent for a moment on her end. "It's not something I can say over the phone. We're leaving right now. We should be there between 1:30 and 1:45. You don't say anything else. Hang up and head back to the classroom." Meanwhile, Ji Qinjian stares at her phone, now dead, feeling a bit uneasy. She honestly didn't expect you to agree to see them. He agreed. He didn't say no. "Then I'll get a card ready." Ji Jinglai says, "Not much, just 100K. Ji Qinjian shakes her head. "I talked to my best friend about Ping'an and the family drama. If you offer him money, it's only going to make him hate us more." Hearing this, Ji Jinglai just smiles. "It's fine. If he won't take it, I'll just take it back. I know he must have gone back to his adoptive parents' place. That family is broke." Ji Qinjian stares at her for a moment, before asking, "I remember you weren't exactly nice to Ping'an either. even if you weren't as unhinged as our third sister. True. Ji Jinglai picks up her coffee, looking out the window. If he hadn't dropped that hint, I probably wouldn't have thought this deeply about it. Come to think of it, all these years, he's been walking on eggshells, just trying to get our approval. I won't even mention how the rest of you acted, but I know I definitely crossed the line. No matter what, he is our biological brother, born from the same mother. Hearing this, Ji Qinyan gets immediately defensive. Ji Jinglai, stop being paranoid. Did Boda do something wrong all these years? Are you actually doubting Boda now? Ji Jinglai turns her head to look at her sister. You're asking me what Boda did wrong? Sure, maybe he did nothing wrong. But what exactly did Ping'an do wrong? Every single time. Whatever Boda said, we just blindly believed him. Also, didn't you also come up with 2 different interpretations for what Ping'an said? Are you telling me you haven't considered the worst-case scenario? She is a writer and screenwriter herself. She's obviously written countless characters. If she puts herself in your shoes, she knows she wouldn't have been able to endure it like you did. For 4 whole years, she definitely would have snapped and cut everyone off within a week. Ji Qinyan listens to her rapid-fire questions and doesn't argue anymore. She just shakes her head and sighs. Let's go. It's almost time. We should get to his school right on time. With that, she grabs her bag, stands up, and walks out. Ji Jinglai also puts down her cup, quietly stands up, and follows her. It's quickly 1:40 p.m. After you walk out of the school gates, you immediately spot Ji Qinyan's Maserati, parked by the road. You walk over and knock on the window. The window rolls down, revealing Ji Qinyan's face. Get in! You pull open the back door and sit inside. In the front are Ji Qinyan and Ji Jinglai. Inside a Western restaurant. After Ji Jinglai orders, she sets her phone aside. Instantly, a suffocatingly awkward silence falls over the 3 of you. You break the ice. I took the afternoon off. Whatever you want, just say it straight. Your second sister and I came to find you because we want to know what exactly you know about Ji Boda. The day you left, you deliberately said that to Mom. What did you actually mean? Trying to get a direct answer out of you. Ji Qinyan blurts it all out in one breath. Your second sister noticed your hidden meaning. So we came to find out what you're really trying to say. Are you trying to say Ji Boda is Dad's illegitimate son? You pause for a second, noticing Ji Jinglai staring at you with the same desperation. The college entrance exams are coming up fast. It's a fact that Ji Boda gets good grades, even though it has nothing to do with you. If you can completely shatter that bastard's mental state right before the exams, it would definitely put a smile on your face. Besides, you were planning on telling them anyway. You just hadn't figured out how to drop the bomb yet. Since they came begging for it, you might as well tell them. Let Ji Boda and Ji Yunhong, that perfect father-son duo, face the Zhao family's wrath a little earlier. Thinking of this, you speak up, your tone dripping with mockery. Ji Boda's biological mother is named Qin Balian. She lives in Building 13, District 2 of Century Gardens in Haidong. Ji Boda is your half-brother, sharing the same father. And your mother, along with all of you, like a bunch of absolute clowns, have been spoiling your dad's bastard love child, treating him like he's the center of the universe. Am I being clear enough? The words drop. Ji Qinyan's jaw drops in pure shock. Ji Jinglai claps her hand over her mouth, but immediately after, she fires back rapidly. How do you know this? Why didn't you say anything earlier? Ji Qinyan follows up, asking, do you have proof? To be honest, it's not that she entirely disbelieves you. You gave a name and an exact address. So, this Qin Balian person definitely exists. As to whether it's actually true, she'll naturally send someone to investigate. It's just that she desperately doesn't want to believe that her precious baby brother Boda is actually her half-brother from an affair. If Boda himself also knows about this, that would be absolutely terrifying. Her demand for proof slips out without thinking. It instantly ignites a blinding rage inside you. What right does she have to demand proof? When you, Ji Qinyan, threw things at me and cursed me out, why didn't you need proof then? When Ji Boda was slandering and gaslighting me, why didn't you demand proof from him? How do I know? None of your business. And Ms. G demanding proof from me. Why the hell do I owe you proof? Whether you believe it or not is your problem. What does it have to do with me? Demanding proof from me. Why should I give you anything? You can just assume I'm making it up, right? Seeing this, Ji Jinglai quickly tries to soothe you. Pingyan, don't be mad. Big sis, just ask, without thinking. Ji Qinyan blushes bright red with embarrassment, but you have absolutely zero intention of stopping. Just asks without thinking and demands proof. Who does she think she is? A judge or a cop? Even if I had proof, why the hell would I give it to her? I only told you guys because you're not completely brain dead. Otherwise, I'd just sit back and watch your family become a laughingstock. Don't you guys care about your reputation? You break your backs for 18 years, worshipping your dad's bastard affair baby like he's a god, and you're about to hand him the entire family fortune on a silver platter. Sken, chow, down. I seriously can't wait to see how the news covers this once it blows up. What are the headlines going to say? Being aggressively cursed out to her face by an 18-year-old high schooler makes Ji Qinjan's face look awful. Watch your mouth. That is still your mother, and we are your sisters. You still have G family blood running through your veins. Hearing this, you let out a disdainful scoff. Ms. G, do you have amnesia, or are you actually just stupid? Last week, I officially severed all ties with your family. That was your precious mother and your deeply trusted brother Boda's doing. I have absolutely zero connection to you people anymore. Stop desperately trying to force a relationship with me. Do you seriously think the way you treated me makes you worthy of being called my sisters? Worthy of being my sister? And that woman doesn't deserve to be my mother either, even if we share DNA. I'm sorry, but I don't want you anymore. Get it? I don't want you. Did you hear me? Ji Jinglai stares silently at this, now completely foreign brother of hers. A sudden wave of sorrow hits her. Your sudden outburst of rage doesn't make her angry at all. Instead, it only deepens her guilt. Pingyan, she reaches out and grabs your hand. I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have constantly said such awful things to you, without ever listening to your side. I treated you terribly in the past. Just come home with us. I promise I will treat you right from now on. Okay. Hearing this, not only are you surprised, but even Ji Qinjan is a little taken aback. While Ji Qinjan does want you back in the Ji family, she definitely still expects you to grovel and apologize to your father, mother, and Boda. Because in her mind, regardless of who was at fault, kicking someone in the balls that day was out of line. Not to mention beating them so badly they ended up in the hospital. As these thoughts race through her head, you shake off Ji Jinglai's hand and say, no thanks. I'm doing great right now. I have absolutely no connection to you people anymore. Didn't you all constantly accuse me of just being a clout chaser after the Ji family's money? Well, now that I've left and cut all ties, everything the Ji family owns has nothing to do with me. I can support myself. I don't need your pity. With that, you stand up. The truth you came here for. I've already told you, I'm under zero obligation to give you this intel for free. Make sure you pay up. Hearing this, Ji Qinjan inexplicably gets furious. You claim you're not after the Ji family's money? Money. That's all you care about. How much do you want? Name your price. Ji Jinglai quickly stands up, pulls her back, and turns to you, saying, Pingyan, don't be mad. Big sis is just like this. You raise an eyebrow and say, she's your sister. Don't give me that big sis's crap. I don't claim you people. From now on, you're all just strangers to me. How she acts is none of my business. Either way, I didn't give you that info for free, considering how pathetic your futures look, and the fact that it brings me a tiny bit of joy. I'll sell you this intel today, for a bargain, 100. If I sold this to some gossip blogger, I wouldn't aim too high, but it's gotta be worth at least 200 or 300 grand, right? Second, Miss G, do you have my WeChat? Or do you need me to write it down for you? Ji Jinglai holds back the trembling, furious Ji Qinjan. She grabs her phone, fumbling as she desperately searches for your account. You just stand there quietly, watching her scroll. Just as expected, she deleted it. Seeing this, you pull out your wallet, pull out a bank card and slap it on the table. take a picture, and transfer the money. Ji Jinglai is absolutely drowning in regret. Suddenly, she pulls a card from her bag and places it on the table. This card has exactly 100 on it. You cut her off. What the hell am I supposed to do with your card? Transfer it to mine. And after that, anyone and anything related to your Ji family. Stay the hell away from me. Ji Jinglai snaps a picture of your bank card. Just as she's about to try and fix things with you again, she sees you grab your card, turn around, and leave, without giving them a single glance backward. Ji Qinjian's face is dark, staring at the table in silence. Ji Jinglai doesn't even bother saying anything to her. She just jumps up and chases after you. Running out of the coffee shop, she quickly catches up to you. Ping An, can you just listen to me for 1 second? You stop walking and turn to look at her. Ji Jinglai speeds up her words. I know that, after you came to the Ji house, I was always terrible to you. It was my fault. Can you forgive me? Seeing the impatient look forming on your face, she quickly continues. I'm not asking you to come back to the Ji family. And I'm not asking you to forgive all of us. I just genuinely, sincerely want to apologize to you. Her eyes are red, looking like she's about to burst into tears. Everything in the past was my fault. I shouldn't have constantly taken Ji Bota's side. And sometimes I completely acted like you didn't exist in the house. It's all my fault. Ping An, please forgive me, okay? You wait quietly for her to finish before speaking up. Second, Miss Ji, since we've severed ties, I have zero connection to you or anything regarding the Ji family. What's in the past is in the past. Going back to how things were is absolutely impossible. You don't need to apologize. I've already forgotten about the past. Ji Jinglai's tears finally spill over. I feel so guilty and restless. You cut her off. There's no need. Your guilt is your own problem. Just don't drag me into it. Everyone should just focus on being perfect strangers to each other, and we'll be fine. Goodbye. Ji Jinglai stands there completely frozen, watching you retreating back, crying silently. She regrets it so much. She hates herself so much. Why did she treat her only biological brother like that? Why was she so good to that fate? Ji Qinjian stays seated, not getting up, not even paying attention to Ji Jinglai. She's wondering if you were saying all that on purpose. Is it possible that you purposely planted someone at that address? But she immediately shoots down that theory. Even if you are smart, you shouldn't have the kind of money to pull that off. Thinking of this, she can't stop her mind from spiraling. If their father has been hiding Ji Bota's true identity this whole time, doesn't that mean their father had a mistress 20 years ago? How is she supposed to accept that? If their mother finds out, she'll definitely break down. You little punk, dropping this bomb right after leaving the Ji family. Are you trying to completely destroy the Ji family? This is way too toxic. Is it just because, over the last 4 years, you didn't get enough attention? If outsiders find out, the Ji family's reputation will be completely ruined. But if what you're saying is true, what is the Ji family supposed to do? She's lost. She has no idea what to do. Time flies, and soon, it's Saturday. For the 3-2 color ball draws this week, you went and bought tickets after school every time. A total of 5 different number combinations, buying 5 copies of each. You aren't exactly sure how much the total prize money will be, but you're confident it won't be less than 30 million. Even after taxes, you'll clear around 20 million. For everything you plan to do in the future, this is undoubtedly more than enough. You literally couldn't spend it all if you tried. Things like the 2-color ball are always just a game and a tool for dreamers, and those who are already prepared. You aren't totally sure if everything after your rebirth will play out exactly like your past life. You still feel nervous when you're supposed to. On the flip side, this 2-color ball draw is your only way to confirm that there won't be any major butterfly effects in the future. That night, you don't watch TV. You just sit quietly in your room, waiting for the results at 8 p.m. There's a live stream on your phone. When your heart is pounding out of your chest and you see the last ball is a 14, you absolutely cannot contain your excitement. You let out a small cheer, and then you roll around on your bed for a solid minute. Once you finally calm down, you slip the lottery ticket inside your phone case. You're already planning that the first thing you'll do after claiming the prize is buy a house for Chen Xiaohua and his wife. A big house. And you have to buy one for Hui, too. That little shop they've been renting for over 20 years. You're going to buy it and give it to them. Then, with a smile you can hardly suppress, you spread out the test papers you absolutely have to finish this weekend. Meanwhile, Ji Qinyan and Ji Jinglai have already talked several times this week. They are shocked to discover that when they truly step outside the Ji family bubble and look at everything happening at home every day, from an outsider's perspective, they definitely notice things that are seriously off. Ji Bota's obedience and sweet act, and the way he constantly clings to their mother, are inevitably showing signs of being totally fake. Even though the signs aren't super obvious, they can still see it. If it wasn't for your warning, they would definitely still be like before, believing that this brother is truly outstanding and excellent, and incredibly filial and obedient to their parents. Big sis, have you still not made a move? Ji Jinglai sits cross-legged on the large chair in her room. Ji Qinyan sighs and says, "This is the third time the two of them have talked about this week. Not yet, I still can't make up my mind. I'm afraid that if the results come back true, Mom won't be able to handle it, and I'm afraid our family will fall apart." Ji Jinglai silently watches this smart, wise older sister. Over the past few years, since Ji Qinyan joined Jishi, she interned for a year and then took the CEO position. She is the goddess of countless young talents in Yuncheng. But, up until now, not a single one has caught her eye. But, when it comes to internal, family drama, why is it so hard for her to make a decision? It's almost time for Bota's coming-of-age banquet. Are you going to wait until after that? Ji Jinglai is getting a bit anxious. She knows perfectly well how wealthy families operate. They usually use this specific timing to announce the status of the future heir. Once it's announced, and then this massive bomb drops. By then, the damage will be done. Irreversible. Ji Qinyan also clearly knows how crucial the timing of the explosion is. Bombs dropped at different times have different impact. Jinglai, it's not that I don't want to, it's just that I'm really torn. Big sis. Ji Jinglai is getting flustered. If we keep dragging this out, the impact on the Ji family will be worse. The truth is the truth. There's no way to keep covering it up. The later we find out, the more it will hurt Mom. If you're going to keep hesitating, I'll do it myself. I absolutely will not tolerate him continuing to lie to our mom. And I don't want the Ji family falling into the hands of an outsider in the future. Absolutely not. Ji Qinyan shakes her head slightly. At most he's just an illegitimate son. He's still a descendant of the Ji family. It won't fall into the hands of an outsider like you said. Ji Jinglai lets out a cold laugh. If it really is what you think, I honestly prefer if he was just a pure adopted son, with zero blood relation to the Ji family. But, if he's related, have you thought about it? One day he'll bring his biological mother here. When that happens, what will Mom and us sisters be? Just stepping stones for someone else. Give me a straight answer. Are you doing it or not? If you don't, I'm contacting paparazzi right now to start digging into Qin Billion. I'll pay for it myself. Ji Qinyan pinches the bridge of her nose. She says, distressed, I've already given the order. It's just a matter of when they start digging. They're still waiting for my signal. Just stop making things more complicated for me, okay? Ji Jinglai gets angry hearing this. Making things complicated. This is called setting things right. Okay, this can't be dragged out any longer. I don't care when you're going to start investigating. I'm contacting my people right now. She grabs her phone from the table and starts scrolling through her contact. Seeing this, Ji Qinyan quickly stands up and walks over. She snatches the phone away and says, "Don't, Jinglai. Let me think about it a little more. Okay. The impact on the Ji family and Mom is just too massive." Ji Jinglai says coldly, "Sis, I really never realized how indecisive you are. I'm truly disappointed. In this regard, you're honestly not even as good as Ping An. He knew when to cut his losses. And you, a CEO managing a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. But when it comes to something this critical, you're so incompetent. I misjudged you. Sis, let me be clear. Whether you start investigating or not, I'm doing it myself. I really wasted precious time these past few days." She stands up. She reaches out to take her phone back. Even if the Ji family falls apart, I have the skills to make my own money. I don't need you to support me. Stop using that excuse to brush me off. Instead, you should think about What you'll do after the G family collapses. Get married and go manage someone else's company. You really need to think about it. I'm going to sleep. Go back to your own room. Ji Qingyan opens her mouth, but ultimately says nothing. She lonely leaves Ji Jinglai's room. Ji Jinglai opens a drawer and pulls out a family photo from the very bottom. In it, you're standing off to the edge, with a mix of excitement and loneliness in your eyes. Ji Boda, in the center, looks completely calm, naturally enjoying the spotlight. Tuesday, you take leave to claim your prize. You buy a super cheap pair of sunglasses off the street. You wear a hat and a mask. You decline all interviews and donation requests. You claim your prize money of nearly 24 million. Then you take a cab for a huge loop around the city and head back to school. Right now, the only thing left to wait for is the college entrance exams. You spend all your time grinding through practice tests. You even remember most of the exam questions from this year. All you have to do is wait for the scores to come out, so people don't find it suspicious. Your grades were already pretty good, and now you've built up this image of a hard worker. That should be enough to convince anyone who doubts your score. Time passes incredibly fast. During this period, you study hard every single day. You go home on time. Chen Xiaohua and Liu Qing, because the exams are approaching. Starting from the beginning of June, close the shop and go home right after the lunch rush, just to make sure they can prepare nutritious dinners for you. You don't say much in the way of thanks. The only thing you can do is give them the absolute best grades possible. As payback, inside foreign language high school, Number 7, 3 proctors pace constantly around the exam room, walking back and forth. You keep your head down, focused on your test. Even though you finished ages ago, you don't hand it in early. You wait until the bell rings. And then, just like all the other students, you hand in your paper on time and leave. After the 2 days of exams are over, you already know roughly how well you did. The questions were exactly the same as in your past life. You are incredibly confident that your score will be significantly higher than before. You wouldn't dare expect a perfect score, but out of a total of 750 points, so you believe you can probably score above 720. The only thing you need to think about now is which university to choose. Early morning on the 10th. After waking up, you go to the small restaurant to help make wontons and buns. Past 10 a.m., there are no more customers in the shop. You sit down and start scrolling on your phone. You want to see how much buzz the lottery incident is still generating. There's a lot of news online, but mostly it's people expressing doubt. They aren't doubting the winner, but rather the numbers themselves. After all, there were 3 first prize winners. There are skeptics, and there are those who trust the official statement. Mainly, it's just because the winning numbers are just way too insane. It's also the first time in history that 7 consecutive numbers have appeared. This was a result that previously only existed in theory, but now it actually happened. You play on your phone with a satisfied smile for a bit. Then you decide it's time to buy a house. Next, September, which would be the 2nd year after your death in your past life, construction will begin on 2 new subway lines. You decide to buy 2 properties along the future subway route, and also a few apartments. That way, your family won't have to keep running this little restaurant. Just collecting rent will guarantee their future standard of living will be higher than it is now. You act as soon as you think of it. Mom, Dad, I'm gonna go out for a walk. There aren't any customers right now anyway. As soon as you finish speaking, Liu Qing quickly agrees. Go on, go on. I told you to go out and have fun, but you insisted on coming here. Your dad and I can handle it. Chen Xiaohua also nods repeatedly. Go hang out with your classmates for a few days. Once you go to college, you'll make new friends. So you walk out of the restaurant. You open maps and select the nearest real estate agency. More than 2 weeks have passed. The only useful information Ji Jinglai got is that Ji Yunhong did indeed go to Haidong. He went twice. As for Ji Boda, starting the day after the exams finished, he's been out partying non-stop, playing around with young female students. The evidence she has doesn't really prove anything. If their father, Ji Yunhong, just simply has a woman on the side, that kind of thing is practically meaningless. It's incredibly common within wealthy family. And as for Ji Boda, even if he forces himself on an innocent girl, It won't have any impact on the G family. He wouldn't care either way, because it wouldn't affect the family at all. She's still desperately waiting for updates. She's incredibly disappointed by her older sister's inaction, so she pays out of pocket to hire people to stalk them, hoping to get the results she needs, which is evidence proving G Boda and their father showed up at Century Gardens together, even though you already made their relationship crystal clear. But without rock-solid evidence, it's completely useless in the end. Her deepest rage isn't even directed at G Boda, but at her father, Ji Yun-hong, keeping the whole family in the dark for nearly 20 years. What kind of man could spend the last 20 years playing the perfect, loving husband in front of his kids? It's genuinely unimaginable. She even wondered for a second if her parents were secretly enemies, or if something happened over 20 years ago that drove her father to find Chin Balian. But everything requires evidence. Over the course of a week, you follow real estate agents all over the 5 districts north of the river. You finally select small second-hand apartments that are perfect for renting out to couples or singles. 11 units in total. The apartment sizes range from 80 to 120 square meters. You spend over 21 million. And for all these properties, you use Chen Shui's name. You don't put a single property under your own name. Looking at your bank balance, you just think about how fast money disappears. Up until now, your preparations before leaving home are basically complete. It's been almost a week since you got the deeds. Tomorrow you can check your college entrance exam scores. You didn't just slap a stack of deeds on the table at home and announce you won the jackpot. You need to wait until the scores are out before you show them those deeds. First, you'll give your adoptive parents the glory of your score. Then you'll give Hui the wealth. That's the only way to set their minds at ease. Hui will never have to worry about money for the rest of her life. With these properties backing up their only daughter, they won't have to work so hard anymore. It's currently almost 7 p.m. on the 21st. The new computer, tablet, and phone are all sitting on your bed. According to the announcement, scores can be checked after 8 p.m. tonight. Liu Qing asks carefully, Ping'an, have you checked your score yet? Chen Shaohua stays silent. Chen Shui turns around from the dining table and says, not yet. My brother said we'll check it together when you guys get back. Hearing this, Chen Shaohua is naturally thrilled. Good. We'll check it together. Ping'an definitely did great. Liu Qing says, while washing her hands. She quickly finishes washing her hands, comes out, and sits on the sofa. Ping'an, check it. I know you definitely crushed it. You look at your nervous adoptive parents, smile and say, don't worry. I already have a good idea of what my score is. Then you get up, go back to your room, and bring your admission ticket out, placing it on the coffee table. Seeing this, the whole family gathers around. 3 pairs of eyes stare intensely at your phone screen. You open the app, find the query window, and enter your admission ticket number. When you see that it doesn't show your score, but instead a pop-up window saying, your ranking is within the top 50 in the province. Please check again on the 27th for details. You know everything is locked in. But when you look up, you see 3 pairs of confused eyes. So you hand the phone to Liu Qing and say, Mom, I'm in the top 50 in the whole province. Liu Qing holds the phone, looks at it for a moment, and hands it to Chen Shaohua. Ping'an, what does this mean? Why isn't there a score? Chen Shaohua looks at it, puts the phone down, and then Chen Shui grabs it immediately. She says with a huge smile, they hide the scores for the top 50 in the province. They don't release them right away. Hearing this, Chen Shaohua grabs Liu Qing's hand and laughs. Top 30 in the whole province. Ha ha ha. Then you must have scored at least 700. Ping'an, you smile and say, I'm not sure exactly how much sure. We'll find out when we check in a few days. Liu Qing's eyes immediately well up with tears. Chen Shaohua pats her hand, comforting her, since that's how it is. We won't stress about it for now. Liu Qing weeps and says, Ping'an, you are such a good boy. Chen Shui reaches out, hugs you, and says, oh Mom, my brother is top 30 in the province. If he broke 730, he might even be the provincial valedictorian. This is a great thing. Why are you crying? Liu Qing hugs you and says, silly girl, who knows how much your brother suffered these past 4 years. Seeing this, you quickly say, Mom, let's not talk about that. I scored this high because you guys gave me great study habits since I was little. This is all thanks to you. Chen Xiaohua lets out a long sigh, stands up and says, today is a great day. Ping'an can definitely get into Tsinghua or Peking University. This is the happiest day of my entire life. If the Ji family didn't appreciate such an amazing kid, they're just blind. Ping'an, come on, let's have a few drinks. Honey, go fry up some peanuts for me. Whip up a couple of side dishes. Tonight, I'm drinking till I drop. Meanwhile, Ji Boda, also surrounded by the entire family, checked his score. When he estimated his score earlier, he figured he'd get around 640, so when the screen showed 653, he instantly breathed a sigh of relief. Then he handed the phone to Zhao Wei. I wonder what Ping'an scored. He is very careful to say it with zero emotion. Zhao Wei, who was smiling after seeing his score, instantly freezes when she hears that. She turns to Ji Qinjian and says, Qinjian, why don't you call and ask Ping'an what his score is? Why ask him? Ji Yunhong's face drops immediately. Whatever he scored has absolutely nothing to do with us. Ji Qinjian quietly takes out her phone. But before she can dial, Ji Jinglai grabs her hand. Ji Jinglai smiles and says, Boda scored so well. Is he planning to go abroad or stay in the country for college? Ji Jidi also has a huge smile on her face. Boda is definitely going abroad. But your sister hates to see you go. Studying abroad means you'll be gone for years. Mom will miss you. As for Ji Ping'an, even if his grades are good, so what? Think about it, sis. Dad definitely won't give him money to study abroad. And his adoptive parents run a tiny restaurant. Can they afford to send him abroad? Obviously not. Working like dogs their whole lives, they couldn't even afford a fraction of the tuition. Besides, they have their own biological daughter. Even if they had money, they wouldn't spend it on him. If you ask me, if Ji Ping'an can get into a Project 985 university, he's lucky. Maybe he'll only get into a Project 211. Ji Qinjian looks up at Ji Boda and asks, Boda, what are you thinking? Zhao Wei puts her phone down, looks at Ji Yunhong and says, maybe he shouldn't go abroad. If Boda goes abroad, then I'm going with him. Ji Yunhong chuckles. Boda's study abroad has already been arranged. We just haven't finalized the donation amount yet. After saying that, he looks at Ji Boda, his face full of pride. Boda, which school do you want to go to? Ji Boda lowers his eyes, acting thoughtful. I also hate to leave Mom and you guys to go abroad all by myself. If I stay in the country, I want to go to school in Shanghai. I don't want to go to Beijing. Hearing this, Zhao Wei instantly looks thrilled. Then let's not go to Beijing. Shanghai is closer to home. Your uncle is in Shanghai. He can look out for you. Your life over there will definitely be fine. Ji Boda stays quiet. He just looks up at his father. Zhao Wei sees this and continues. If Boda likes Shanghai, then he'll go to Shanghai. Mom will move there with you. Ji Yunhong shakes his head. Forget it. You should still go abroad. Study hard out there for a few years and come back. Then you can start learning how to manage the company with your oldest sister. Everything the Ji family owns, you're going to have to take over eventually. Ji Boda immediately asks, then what about Ping'an? Are we really just going to ignore him? He then lowers his head and says no more. Ji scoffs coldly. Boda, are you stupid? He's the one who refuses to come back. It's not like we forced him out of the Ji family. He brought this on himself. Why should we care? Let him wallow in the slums. After asking that one question, Ji Jinglai stays completely silent. Her eyes are locked dead onto Ji Boda and her father's expressions. Ever since Ji Boda said that, she's been watching them like a hawk. If this was the past, she might have joined her third sister Ji Jidi in belittling the quiet guy in the house. But now she realizes her third sister, Ji Jidi, is the truly brain-dead one in the family. Ji Boda only said 2 sentences, even though it sounded like he was pitying you. If you look at it from another angle, he was actively provoking their father and third sister, making them even more determined to cut ties with you. But why did the third sister show such intense disgust towards you, not even trying to hide it? She also couldn't understand why their mother seemed to miss you, but also acted like she didn't care at all. Did Ji Boda feed her some kind of Delulu potion recently? She keeps her mouth shut, sitting quietly on the sofa, watching Ji Qinjian. Smack Ji on the shoulder. No matter what, Pingyan is still your biological brother. If you don't like him, fine. But there's no need to trash him like that. Dad, we'll ask about Pingyan's score in a few days. Since Boda wants to know, we'll find out and tell you. But it's not a big deal anyway. If Boda wants to go abroad, choose a good school. If you decide to stay and go to Shanghai, Boda, you have to major in finance. Shanghai's finance programs are top tier. Domestically, nowhere else can compare to Shanghai. Ji Jinglai looks at her older sister, staring affectionately at Ji Boda, and then looks at Ji Boda, head down, pretending to think. Just as she's about to speak, she hears Ji Boda say, "I'll go abroad." But it's not a big deal anyway. If Boda wants to go abroad, choose a good school. If you decide to stay and go to Shanghai, Boda, you have to major in finance. Shanghai's finance programs are top tier. Domestically, nowhere else can compare to Shanghai. Ji Jinglai looks at her older sister, staring affectionately at Ji Boda, and then looks at Ji Boda, head down, pretending to think. Just as she's about to speak, she hears Ji Boda say, "I'll go abroad. Living and studying alone abroad will probably help me become independent faster. Having you all coddle me at home these past few years, I feel like I'm too dependent on you guys." Ji Boda looks at Zhao Wei and says softly, "Mom, if you really can't bear to see me leave, how about you go abroad with me?" Zhao Wei hesitates upon hearing this. Let's wait until after Boda's coming-of-age banquet to decide. Isn't it a bit too early to decide right now? She has always been an indecisive person. Making decisions is the hardest thing for her. Ji Yunhong clears his throat and says, "Then, he goes abroad. It's settled." Ji Qinyan shoots Ji Jinglai a look. She stands up and says, "Then, that's that. I'm heading back to my room." Ji Jinglai also stands up. "I'm going to my room too." Ji Jidi then grabs her bag and says, "Boda, wanna go out with me?" Back in her room, Ji Jinglai lights a cigarette. With a dark expression she says, "Big sis, don't you think everything Ji Boda said today was completely intentional?" Ji Qinyan replies, "If you look at it with prejudice, of course, it seems intentional. But what if Boda was just asking? Why do you have to assume the worst? Kids compare themselves to each other, it's totally normal. There's no need to overthink it." Ji Jinglai doesn't want to hear this nonsense. She asks directly, "These past few days, did you find anything out?" Ji Qinyan shakes her head. "Nothing useful. But what I can confirm is, Dad is definitely in contact with that Qin Balian. He's been over there 3 times in the last 2 weeks. Ji Jinglai snores. "But that's not enough. It doesn't prove anything about Boda's relationship to him. Big sis, I've already cancelled the investigation. I have another way to prove it." Ji Qinyan looks up and says, "I thought of it too. To prove it, we just need to get someone to grab some of Qin Balian's hair and run a DNA test. What I'm worried about isn't the result, it's how Mom is going to handle the fallout. If she can't accept it, what are we supposed to do?" Ji Jinglai smiles bitterly. "What else can we do? I'll handle it." Ji Qinyan stays silent for a moment. Then, she finally asks, "So, you don't trust me? You think I'd fake the results for the sake of the family?" She pauses. She looks straight into Ji Jinglai's eyes and says, "I admit, I don't want the results to be true. I hope the results show that Ji Boda has absolutely zero blood relation to Dad. That way, this family won't fall apart. Mom won't have to be heartbroken. Everyone can stay together happily. Even if Pingyan never comes back, this family will still be intact." To put it bluntly, sacrificing Pingyan to buy this family's stability and the Ji family's public reputation, I think it's worth it. Anyway, neither Mom, Dad, nor any of us ever liked him anyway, right? Are you really going to tear this family apart just so you can feel at peace? So you can be satisfied? Jinglai, how did you become like this? Weren't you and the third sister always targeting Pingyan together? Even though I ignored him, I rarely said anything that was totally out of line to him. I recall the first person to tell him to get the hell out of the Ji family was you, wasn't it?" Ji Qinjian's barrage of questions completely breaks Ji Jinglai. She looks down at her hands. Tears drip down onto her arms and hands. "Yes, it was me who always verbally abused him. Even the third sister was manipulated by me to gang up on Ping'an. It's all my fault. I was wrong for telling him to get out, and I was wrong for constantly trash-talking him in front of mom and dad, and I definitely shouldn't have egged Jitty on to break his heart. She looks up, her face covered in tears. Sis, I was wrong. I'm sorry. Stop hesitating, sis. Mom needs to know about this. No matter what, we have to tell mom. If Boda is dad's biological son, then mom really needs to know. Shut up. Ji Qinyan cuts her off. Mom's health hasn't been great. Have you thought about whether she can handle us just dropping this on her? If something happens to her, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Ji Jinglai zops. But we can't hide it from mom forever. If it's true, and dad lets Boda inherit everything in the family, then what are we? Sis, you sacrificed so much for this family. What does that count for? And the third and fourth sisters? The fourth sister is still in school. She could probably handle it. But the third sister is so extreme. Ji Qinyan pinches her brow. All right. Stop crying. It's annoying. Let me think about it. Ji Jinglai wipes her tears. Whatever you decide, I absolutely will not accept that bastard staying in this house. The person who really needs to be kicked out is Ji Boda. Ji Qinyan waves her hand. All right, I get it. Go back to your room. Give me a couple of days. I'll get some hair and run a DNA test. Ji Jinglai stands up. Whether you do it or not, I don't care. I don't trust you. I'll figure out a way to do it myself. And don't even think about hiding it from mom. As soon as the results are out, I'll tell mom everything. Better a short, sharp pain than endless suffering. I'll handle the preparations. Ji Qinyan stares at her dumbfounded. You're going to drive me crazy. Fine. Do whatever you want. Meanwhile, in the living room, Chen Xiaohua's family is gathered around the table, eating a KFC family bucket. You give the last 3 drumsticks to your adoptive parents' sake, and Hui. Then you get up and go back to your room. When you come out, you're carrying a huge stack of red property deeds. On top are the unopened tablet and phone. You also have a laptop bag slung over your shoulder. Ping'an, seeing the whole family staring at you, you smile and walk over. You place everything on the sofa and say, Mom, Dad, Hui, these are all for you guys. Xiaohua and Liu Qing look at the stack of deeds. With trembling hands, they open the top one. Chen Xiaohua then picks up another one. Only Chen Shui's first instinct is to grab the phone. She shouts with a look of pure surprise. Wow, bro, is this really for me? You smile and rub the top of her head, saying, actually, all of these are for you. There are 11 apartments in total. The computer, tablet, and phone are all yours. Right now, Chen Xiaohua has only had 2 drinks. His mind is still completely sharp. The property deed clearly states, owner, Chen Shui. Ping'an, where did you get this money? Yeah, Ping'an, where did you get the money to buy all these houses? Liu Qing asks, chiming in. Her hands haven't stopped moving. She picks them up, one by one, opens them, and reads them. Bro, did you win the lottery? Chen Shui says while ripping open the packaging. You grin and nod. The very last 2-color ball draw last month. I hit the jackpot 5 times. And 5 third prize winners too. Wow, bro, you're loaded. Liu Qing puts down the very last property deed. She looks up, her eyes red, and looks at you. Ping'an, why didn't you put your own name on them? Beside her, Chen Xiaohua is speechless. He still hasn't recovered from the shock. Hearing this, Chen Shui slowly asks, let me see whose name my brother put down. She randomly opens one, and instantly lets out a scream. Bro, why is my name on this? She randomly picks up another one, and then the next one. Chen Xiaohua's lips tremble as he asks, Ping'an, why did you do this? It's your money. Why didn't you keep it for yourself? You smile and say, Mom, Dad, all these houses are in Hui's name, and they're all older, smaller apartments. I've already contacted agents to rent them out. When the time comes, the rent will be the family's main source of income. You guys should remodel the restaurant. Just serve lunch and dinner, that's it. Stop waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. every morning to bust your asses. Honestly, if it were up to me, you could just retire right now and live off the rent. I never expected to win the jackpot. And the houses are already bought. So stop stressing over it. I'm perfectly capable of making money myself. I'll buy you even better houses in the future. Hearing this, Chen Xiaohua sighs. But you still shouldn't have given them all to her. You didn't keep any for yourself. Hearing this, you say calmly, Mom, Dad, I obviously thought this through before doing it. You only have one daughter, Hu, and now you have me. No matter what, Hui will get married eventually. These houses will be her premarital assets, so they'll definitely never end up belonging to someone else's family. That means it's property Hui can rely on for her future. No matter what happens, she won't have to live a hard life. Chen Shui interjects, Bro, I'm so young. Why are you talking about this? You pinch her cheek. You're my little sister. It's only right I give them to you. And the computer is yours too. Turning your head, you continue to Chen Xiaohua. The houses are already bought, and they're all under her name. I'm definitely not taking them back. Besides, I still have over 2 million on hand. It's more than enough for college or whatever else. Plus, I can still make my own money. My Jiao Cao score definitely won't be low. So whether it's school or living expenses, you guys don't need to stress over me at all. I'll live in the dorms and eat at the dining hall. There is absolutely nothing for you two to worry about. As for you guys, just live your best life collecting rent at home from now on. Keep the restaurant open if you want. Close it if you don't. We're basically financially free now, right? Liu Qing wipes her tears and shakes her head. No, we can't take your things. Chen Xiaohua nods. That's right. You're still a kid. It makes 0 sense for us to start leeching off you. We can still work. We can afford to put both of you through college. Even if you want to get your master's or PhD, we can afford it. You smile and say, Don't worry. Life is only going to get better from here. Honestly, I was planning to buy you a new car too. I just didn't want to buy it directly, in case you didn't like the model. Chen Xiaohua immediately shakes his head and waves his hands. No new car. Stop spending money. Money is hard to make these days, but it vanishes in a flash. Don't blow your cash recklessly. Hearing this, you quickly nod. You say with a grin, Yeah, I know. I barely ate a few bites earlier. I just wanted to take this chance today to let you guys know that I'm not just good at studying. I'm also incredibly lucky. If you two hadn't taken me in, I wouldn't have won the jackpot, right? Liu Qing can't help but nod along in agreement. Chen Xiaohua sighs and says, Let's keep eating then. Honey, pack these things up and put them away. That night, Chen Xiaohua and Liu Qing are lying in bed. Neither of them can sleep. We really can't accept those houses, Xiaohua. Yehua. I know, but they already have Hui's name on them. It won't be easy to change it quickly, and it'll cost a fortune in fees to transfer them over. Plus, to change the name, Pinyin would have to sign off on it. He definitely won't be willing to sign. Let's just leave the house situation as is for now. When he goes to Beijing for college, we'll take a trip up there with him. Worst case scenario, I'll go beg them to give Pinyin some help and connections. Liu Qing freezes for a second, looking a bit hesitant. Xiaohua, even when things were so hard back then, you never went to beg them. Is it really appropriate to go beg them now? We don't even know what kind of help Pinyin actually needs. Chen Xiaohua sighs. He calls me Dad. So it's exactly what I should do. Otherwise, I don't deserve the title. Meanwhile, in the other room, right after you get back to your room, you receive a text from Ji Jinglai. Pingyan, what was your Jiao Cao score? You just glance at it and toss your phone aside. You have absolutely zero intention of replying, even though the second sister was the first to try and make peace. The past few years are already dead and gone. You don't want those toxic garbage days ruining your future vibe. The days fly by in the blink of an eye. It's the 27th then. Your Jiao Cao scores are officially available to check. Today, Chen Xiaohua and his wife didn't even open the shop. Chen Shui went to school. The three of you sit on the sofa, counting down the minutes. Pingyan, have you decided which college you want to go to? Liu Qing can't help but ask. Hearing this, you reply, Mom, Dad, I figured that out a long time ago. Finance major at Jingcheng University. I'll figure the rest out once I get to Beijing. I'll probably buy a place in Beijing pretty soon too. That way, when you guys come visit me in Beijing, You won't have to stay in a hotel. Chen Xiaohua is stunned for a second. No need for that. I actually have a house in Beijing. I just haven't taken it back yet. Hearing this, you ask curiously, you have a house in Beijing? Except for the last 4 years. I've never seen you go to Beijing since I was little. Liu Qing hesitates. Xiaohua, are you sure about this? Chen Xiaohua shakes his head. Let's not talk about that right now. Let's check the score and see what it actually is. Hearing this, you look down and hit refresh. Immediately, the score pops up on the screen. 732. You first show the score to the two of them, and then you speak up. This score should easily put me in the top 3 in the province. No doubt about it. Last year's provincial valedictorian only got 727. I'm 5 points higher than him, though this year's exam probably wasn't as hard as last year's. So there might be someone who scored even higher. Liu Qing and Chen Xiaohua are already thrilled. If you're the provincial valedictorian, that would be incredible. But then Liu Qing asks worriedly, Pingyan, when your score goes public, is the Ji family going to come looking for you again? You quickly comfort her, Mom. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Even though we share blood, raising a child means more than just giving birth to them. I remember exactly how they treated me. I will never leave this family. Though, obviously, I have to leave for college when school starts so. By the way, now that the scores are out, people are probably going to start calling or showing up at the door. What do you two plan to do? Chen Xiaohua shakes his head. It's your college decision anyway. We won't say a single word. Worst comes to worst, we just turn off our phones. With that, he pulls out his phone and powers it straight off. Seeing this, Liu Qing turns hers off too. You stand up and say, it's fine. I've already decided on Jingcheng University's finance program. I'm not considering anything else. If we really can't avoid them, I'll just tell them my choice straight up. Meanwhile, on the other side, ever since Ji Jinglai collected Ji Yunhong's hair from his bedroom, she also managed to get some of Ji Boda's hair. To guarantee the accuracy of the results, she prepared 3 separate samples. She sent them to 3 different places for DNA testing. Even though she hasn't gotten the results back yet, she already saw it on the news reports. This year's provincial science valedictorian is named Ji Ping-an. Not only is the name there, but even your face. She could never forget that face. At dinner time, she purposely goes downstairs early to wait in the living room. Her father comes home together with Ji Boda. Her mother still doesn't know the news. Seeing her father and brother walking through the door together, a weird thought suddenly pops into her head. Could they have been out meeting Qin Balian? Ji Boda's complexion doesn't look too great either, but after going upstairs and changing his clothes, he comes back down acting completely normal. Big sister Ji Qinyan hasn't come home. Who knows if she has some corporate dinner event. Tonight, the only ones eating at home are their parents Saw, herself, Ji Jidi and Ji Boda. A standard rule in wealthy families is no talking during meals. While the Ji family officially has this rule, they aren't super strict about it. After all, the person who talks the most is their mother. She is constantly putting food in Ji Boda's bowl, doting on him, asking about how Ji Boda is doing in school. Ji Jinglai is just about to bring up the news reports about Ji Pingyan. When she hears Ji Boda speak, Mom, Pingyan got the top science score in the province. Zhao Vai's hand, holding food for him, instantly freezes mid-air. Then she drops it into his bowl and asks, really? Ji Jinglai has no idea what her weak-willed mother is thinking about now. She just sees her eyes get red and teary again. It leaves Ji Jinglai completely speechless. Nong, should we call Pingyan and ask him to come back to celebrate? Zhao Vai looks at her husband, Ji Yunhong, who says nothing, but his expression is absolutely awful. Ji Jidia signs in, why would we call him back? Mom, he literally severed ties with you. In other words, he dumped us. Why should we simp for him and crawl back? Besides, Boda scored amazing too. Even if he doesn't go abroad, he can get into any 985 university he wants so. That guy. Just let him stay outside by himself. Calling him back is just going to ruin our vibe. Ji Boda picks up the serving chopsticks. He places some food in Zhao Wai's bowl before saying, third sister, don't talk about Pingyan like that. It's not easy for him out there all alone. Who knows if anyone is even looking out for him? I think we should call him back. The Jiao is over. I can move out for a while. Once I go abroad for school, he won't have to see me when he comes back. He'll probably stay then. Zhao smacks his arm gently. What nonsense are you saying? Where would you even move to? Mom will go with you. Ji Yunhong also frowns and says, Boda, shut up. Never mention that ungrateful bastard in front of me again. If he's so capable, let him build his own empire. So what if he's the science valedictorian? Does he really think knowledge is wealth? Even if he was the national valedictorian, it doesn't even compare to what you're going to inherit. Ji Jidi laughs along. Exactly, Dad. You said it perfectly. Wealthy elite families. Which one of them hasn't accumulated wealth over several generations? Does he seriously think that one person's hard work can rival old money? It's absolutely laughable. Boda, don't overthink it. For people like Ji Ping'an, studying is their only road to Rome. But you were literally born in Rome. How could he ever compete with you? Stop saying things that lower your status. Just listen to Dad. Zhao nods slightly. Yes, exactly. I have a high degree too. But honestly, ever since I married your dad, I haven't had to work a day in my life. That's the foundation built by family wealth. It's something ordinary people can't even fathom. Just eat in peace. Stop stressing over it. If Ping'an doesn't want to come back, then whatever. Mom couldn't bear to let you move out. That would literally kill me. Back in her room, Ji Jinglai immediately calls Ji Qinjian. Ji Qinjian is currently having dinner with Ji Wu Baibai. Seeing it's Ji Jinglai calling, she just picks up right away. Why are you calling me at this hour? Big sis, do you know who the provincial science valedictorian is this year? Ji Qinjian pauses for a second. I don't know. Who? It's Ji Ping'an. This year's provincial science valedictorian is Ji Ping'an. At this, Ji Qinjian even puts down the knife in her right hand. She picks up her wine glass and takes a sip. What are you trying to say? Ji Jinglai says slowly. I remember back then, Ji Boda said that Ping'an's grades at school were just average, and we never even questioned it. Why did he know Ping'an's grades? And we definitely never asked him how he knew that Ping'an was hanging out with thugs and delinquent girls outside of school. We never investigated it at all. We just believed it. But now Ping'an is the science valedictorian. Think about it. Doesn't that seem a little off to you? And what's even more ridiculous is, tonight at dinner, Ji Boda was the one who told Mom that Ping'an got the top score. And not a single person asked why Ping'an's grades were suddenly so good when he was supposedly doing terribly before. Ji Qinjian says impatiently, you don't need to tell me this. I get it, no matter what. All that stuff in the past was just you and Jidi making a fuss at home. Since we don't have the report yet, talking about this now is useless. Stop bothering me. I'm having dinner with Gu Baibai. If there's anything else, wait until I get home tomorrow night. Ji Jinglai asks, you're not coming home tonight? Not going back? Ji Qinjian watches Gu Baibai shoot her a massive flirty wink. We'll talk when I get back tomorrow night. She hangs up the phone. Ji Jinglai picks up that piece of the torn family photo and stares at it silently. Another 4 days go by. Miss Ji, here is the DNA report. Ji Jinglai is already completely devastated. This is the last DNA report. The first 2 already gave her the answer, but she still refused to give up hope. Looking at the conclusion on this report, her vision goes dark again. Thank you. Even her thank you sounds incredibly weak. Back in her car, she doesn't start the engine to leave. Why? Why is it like this? Why? What am I supposed to do? The second miss of the Yongsheng Ji family, a famous screenwriter, sitting in her sports car, crying softly, confirmed biological relationship between the 2 parties. She can't even imagine the fallout when she puts these 3 reports in front of their mother. What will happen? She can't even imagine. What will happen if the media finds out about what you've been through? What would happen then? She regrets her anger and indignation from a week ago, her stubbornness when confronting her older sister. Now, it just feels like a sick joke when she tries to look at this whole mess from her older sister's perspective. She hesitates. She always thought she was so rational, but right now, she actually feels a trace of hatred towards you again. Why did you have to tell me all this? Do you really need to watch the G family burn to the ground to feel satisfied? When you demanded we sever ties, did you already know this would happen? She cries in her car for a long time. Only after she finally calms down does she touch up her makeup. Your number is on her screen, but she just doesn't have the courage to press call. Big sis, are you free right now? After overthinking it, Ji Jinglai calls Ji Qinyan instead. Hanging up, Ji Qinyan slowly puts her pen away, then she clears off her massive desk. About half an hour later, Ji Jie parks her car and steps through the doors of the Kempinski Hotel. In room 608, Ji Jinglai has already laid the DNA reports on the bed. Other than her eyes being a bit red and swollen, she looks perfectly fine. On the coffee table, there's not just an ashtray, but also an open bottle of red wine. Sitting across from her, Ji Qinyan is also drinking. Neither of them says a word, they just sit there. When Ji Jidi knocked, it was Ji Jinglai who opened the door. Big sis, second sis. What is so important? We have to talk in a hotel. Couldn't we just talk at home? She tosses her bag onto the sofa casually and plops down right next to Ji Qinyan. Ji Jinglai stays silent and turns to go into the bedroom. Ji Qinyan pours her a glass of wine. Just wait. Look at this first, then we'll talk. When Ji Jinglai comes out, she hands the 3 DNA reports straight to Ji Jidi. Ji Jidi gives her older sister a weird look, then looks at her expressionless second sister. What are these? She takes them, glances at them, and immediately freezes. DNA test reports. Whose are these? The 3 reports are from 3 different hospitals, and the conclusion on all of them is identical. A biological relationship exists between the 2 samples. Even though Ji Jida doesn't know whose they are, she knows perfectly well that before you return to the G family, they did DNA tests too. And it's exactly because of that she always viewed your existence as a stain on the G family. No matter what you did, she never liked you. From beginning to end, she never once showed you a kind face, and never spoke a single nice word to you. Ji Qinyan picks up her glass of red wine and downs a tea. She puts the glass down and says, "It's Dad and Ji Boda's. Ji Boda isn't adopted. He's our half-brother." Ji Jidi's eyes go wide. Her lips part slightly. The hand holding the report freezes in midair. How is that possible? Big sis, did you guys make a mistake? How could Boda possibly be related to Dad? It's impossible. She violently throws the files onto the sofa. She yells, "Mom and Dad adopted Boda from an orphanage. I personally took the samples from Dad's bedroom and Boda's room to make sure the results were accurate. I split them into 3 batches and had 3 different hospitals test them simultaneously. This is the reality." Ji Jinglai blows out a puff of smoke. She picks up her wine glass and takes a sip. Turning around, she walks to the window. Looking outside, she says, "I really regret everything." Ji Qinyan's eyes. What we need to face now is how to get Mom to accept this reality. What surprises her is Ji hasn't thrown a fit or screamed yet. This third sister has always been the most explosive one in the family. "Jidi, why are you being so calm about this?" Ji Jidi laughs coldly. "Because I don't buy it at all. What's your actual goal in faking this? Sure, these documents have legal standing, but how can you prove these samples are actually from Dad and Boda? What did Ji Ping'an bribe you guys with to make you team up and pull a stunt like this? Where would he even get the money? And anyway, even if these really are Dad and Boda's, so what?" Ji Qinyan is completely speechless. She shakes her head and says, "So what? It just means your precious little brother Boda is actually your brother, that's all. As for Mom, it just means the son she spoiled her whole life is actually the product of an affair." Ji Jinglai looks at Jidi. "I know you're closest to Boda, but this doesn't just mean Boda is Dad's illegitimate son. It also means Dad has been lying to Mom and us 4 sisters this whole time, not to mention the other possibilities. It's just that I haven't found the proof for those yet." Ji Jinglai glances at her older sister, seeing her nod. She continues, "The gap between Boda and Ping'an's birth is less than a month. We can talk about how Ping'an went missing later, but at the very least, it proves that right after Mom got pregnant with Ping'an, Dad found another woman on the side. Then, Pinyin disappeared. And Dad brings Boda home, claiming he adopted him from an orphanage. It's super easy to fake those kinds of documents. The problem is Mom doesn't know. Have you thought about it? If Boda himself already knows his true identity. Think about it. We 4 sisters are all going to get married eventually. When that time comes, Mom will be all alone in that house. Gigi's expression is completely unreadable. She grabs the red wine in front of her and downs it in one gulp. She slams the glass down. Stop. You don't need to say anymore. I can roughly guess what the fallout would be, but I refuse to believe these reports. Ji Qinyan suddenly lets out a soft laugh. Just because you don't believe, it doesn't mean it's not real. How about I set it up for you, and you can personally collect the samples. Then you can take them to the hospital yourself for a DNA test.